Learning English podcast from TTB Learning English.
Hello and welcome to English Podcast from TTB Learning English. I'm Tracy.
And I'm Brian.
Today we're talking about something quite new, slightly strange, and honestly very popular online right now.
Ah, yes, vibe coding.
Exactly. If you've spent time around programmers, tech people, or social media recently, you've probably heard this phrase.
And if you haven't, don't worry. When I first heard it, I thought it was some kind of electronic dance music.
Honestly, same.
Like people sitting in dark rooms coding while listening to lo-fi music and drinking expensive coffee.
Well, that part is actually true.
Fair enough.
But before we explain vibe coding properly, let's start with today's quiz question.
According to a recent survey, what percentage of young software developers said they regularly use AI tools while coding?
A, 20%. B, 50%. C, more than 80%.
Ooh, honestly, I think it's C.
Interesting choice. We'll reveal the answer later in the program.
So Tracy, what exactly is vibe coding?
Well, vibe coding is basically when people create software in a more relaxed and experimental way using AI tools.
Meaning they don't always plan everything carefully first?
Exactly. Instead of writing every single line of code manually, they describe ideas to AI and build things quickly.
So it's more like creative collaboration with AI?
Yes, that's a good way to describe it.
Honestly, the first time I watched someone do this, I was shocked.
Really?
Yeah, my friend opened an AI assistant and just typed, "Build me a website for my coffee shop." And suddenly, boom, there was a website.
Honestly, it still feels magical sometimes.
Although occasionally the AI creates absolute chaos.
That's true too.
One time my friend asked AI to improve his app design. The AI somehow turned everything bright purple.
Oh no.
Even the buttons were glowing.
Honestly, that sounds kind of beautiful.
It looked like a nightclub from the future.
So vibe coding isn't really about perfection. It's more about experimenting quickly and enjoying the process.
Which honestly sounds fun.
A lot of developers say AI tools reduce stress because they don't get stuck as often.
Ah, yes, the classic programmer experience.
Staring at one broken line of code for 6 hours.
Exactly.
And then fixing it accidentally while trying something random.
Honestly, programming can feel like detective work sometimes,
Or therapy.
or emotional damage.
Very true.
Tech researcher Olivia Chen says vibe coding is changing how beginners learn programming.
Because AI helps explain things?
Exactly. Beginners can ask questions naturally instead of searching through complicated documents.
That actually sounds amazing. When I first tried learning code years ago, tutorials felt terrifying.
Really?
Honestly, yes, everything looked incredibly serious. People online would say things like, "You must understand 12 programming languages before breakfast?"
That's definitely how the internet sounds sometimes.
And now AI tools are making coding feel more approachable.
But not everybody likes this trend.
Ah, yes! The angry programmers have entered the chat.
Some experienced developers worry people rely too heavily on AI.
Meaning people might create software without truly understanding it.
Exactly.
Honestly, that's a fair concern. Because if something breaks badly, you still need human knowledge.
Software engineer Marcus Hill compared AI coding tools to calculators. He said calculators help people solve problems faster, but students still need to understand maths.
That's actually a really smart comparison.
Another issue is overconfidence.
Oh yes, AI can sound extremely confident while being completely wrong.
Exactly.
I once asked an AI tool for coding advice. It confidently suggested something impossible.
What happened?
Well, after 3 hours I realized the AI had basically invented fantasy programming.
Honestly, that's hilarious.
It felt like receiving technical advice from a very confident wizard.
A lot of developers say the best approach is balance. Use AI for speed and creativity, but still learn the fundamentals properly.
That makes sense. Honestly, AI feels less like replacement and more like a super fast assistant.
Exactly.
Although sometimes that assistant behaves unpredictably.
Very unpredictably.
There's also a culture around vibe coding now.
Yes, people share screenshots online of projects they built in one night using AI.
And honestly, some of those projects are surprisingly impressive.
Others are completely chaotic.
I saw somebody build a recipe app that somehow recommended soup for every meal.
Breakfast soup.
Dessert soup,
Honestly, slightly worrying.
but also kind of inspiring.
How so?
Because people who never considered themselves programmers are suddenly building things.
That's true.
Artists, teachers, musicians, small business owners. They're experimenting with software ideas without needing years of technical training first.
And that could completely change creativity online.
Exactly.
Media expert Hannah Brooks says AI coding tools are lowering the barrier to entry,
Meaning it's easier for beginners to start.
right? But she also warned that people still need critical thinking skills.
Critical thinking feels more important than ever now, because AI can generate huge amounts of information very quickly.
Exactly. And humans still need to decide what's useful, correct, or ethical.
Honestly, ethics in AI gets complicated fast.
Very fast.
Like, who owns AI-generated code?
Or who becomes responsible if something fails?
Exactly.
Honestly, the technology is evolving faster than society can fully understand it.
Which is exciting and slightly terrifying at the same time.
Definitely.
Would you ever try vibe coding yourself?
Honestly, yes.
Really?
I think it'd be fun to build something creative without worrying too much about perfection.
That's actually the whole philosophy behind vibe coding.
Exactly.
Although knowing me, I'd probably create a disaster accidentally.
Honestly, that's part of the experience.
Imagine asking AI to build a calendar app and somehow ending up with a multiplayer video game.
Honestly, I'd still play it.
Fair enough.
All right, let's move on to today's vocabulary recap.
First, we had experimental. Experimental means trying new ideas or methods to discover what works.
Then we had approachable. If something is approachable, it feels friendly, understandable, and not intimidating.
We also mentioned fundamentals. Fundamentals are the basic and essential parts of a subject.
Barrier to entry means the difficulty people face when trying to start something new.
And ethical relates to ideas about what is morally right or wrong.
Now it's time for the answer to today's quiz question.
We asked what percentage of young software developers regularly use AI coding tools.
And the correct answer was C, more than 80%.
Honestly, that's enormous,
It really shows how quickly technology habits are changing.
and probably how many glowing purple websites now exist online.
Far too many.
Well, that's all for today.
Join us again soon for another episode of TTB Learning English.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.